Hello. So, I have a new camera here. Sorry if it's not any good. I don't know how good it is yet until I upload something. I also have this, which is not completely opened. It is a German Commander deck. Why it says Commander in English and the set title has not been translated German, I do not know, so do not ask me. Other set titles are translated, like Schaden über Innistrad, means Shadows over Innistrad. But here's the deck title. This is the Erfinderisch Überlegenheit deck. It's the Esper plus red one. I don't remember the name of it. Inventing Superiority or something like that. Yeah, probably Inventing Superiority, since Uber means over or above. This frame is pretty small, unfortunately. I'm not sure how to make that bigger. This is pretty cool. Breya Ethereum Sculptor. There's Akiri, Bruce Taro, and Silas Wren. And on the back, there's the entire deck list. I actually haven't looked at the deck list online. I just know it has a lot of stuff I need for all my different decks. And then if you want to learn how to play in German, there's this thing. I have a couple of these in English. There's the big version of the Breya Ethereum Sculptor. I put that on the bottom because it's easier. And then this giant thing. This is the deck, which I have not opened yet. Breya Ethereum Sculptor. 4 mana for 4/4. Legendary artifact creature human. When Breya Ethereum Sculptor comes into play, create 2 1/1 blue Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying. You can play 2, sacrifice 2 artifacts, and choose one. Either I think she deals 3 damage to target creature, or target creature gets -4/-4, or target player loses 5 life. I think those are what those say. The target creature and player things are a little bit hard to understand. The templating is not the same as English. I've noticed some of the things they've changed, like create. Look here, comes into play. I believe in English this actually says create, but in German they chose to keep the comes into player onto the battlefield text, and I don't know why. So I'd imagine that kind of translation might be confusing for some people who speak both languages. I want to see the lands first. Alright. Why this isn't the lands, I don't know. Okay. Sort out the basics. Okay. I want to look at the basics first. So those are the 3 different planes. Let me focus on this better. I'm not sure how good the image quality is going to be on this video. What I'm seeing right now is not great, but I'm using an action cam for it, which stops motion blur. The regular camera has insanely bad motion blur, and I really don't want that in the video. That's a nice looking mountain. Sorry, I had to pause for a second. Alright, here's some lands. There's a regular 3-color land. I have about 3 different decks I'm going to split all this into. Let me set these aside. And I'll actually split these cards a bit into the different decks I'm going to put them in. So my Esper deck, that is Sidri. Looks like tap it to create a colorless mana, or I'm going to say that's land cycling. Yeah, looks like land cycling. Basic land cycling. Yep. Basic land cycling. This is a bounce land, I believe. There's another bounce land. So I have a Sidri deck and a Depala deck. I'm going to put this in my modern deck. I actually have, I think, 4 of those in it. You can tap it for a colorless, or you can pay to tap and sacrifice it to return an artifact from your graveyard to your hand. I think this is called Command Tower. Just tap to add any color mana that your commander is. Blue, black, red. I have 0 use for that in any of my other decks. Instructable land. Dimir bounce land. Evolving Wilds. Jeskai land. I have 0 use for that as well. Mardu land. No use for that one. Rakdos bounce land. I'm putting that in one of my modern decks, I think. The Minotaur one that I'm making. Blue artifact land. Basically Evolving Wilds. That's one of those Ravnica tap for any color things. Temple of the Forgotten Gods. Alright, over here. Breya Ethereum Sculptor. Not going to use her for anything, unfortunately. Akiri, I think Rope Slinger or Line Slinger, I can't remember. She's a legendary creature, core soldier, ally, I believe. She has, I want to say that's haste and first strike. She gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control and has partner. And this is 0/3 for 2. Good card, and it's going in my Depala deck. So is Bruce Tarl. Ox Hoarder, is that Ox? I'm not sure. Herder, I think. Can't remember. Legendary creature, human ally. He's from Zendikar 2. Whenever he, I want to say, attacks or comes into play, another creature you control gains, I think, double strike until end of turn. Silas Wren, legendary artifact creature human. Gonna guess that's Death Touch, I'm not sure. He's a 2/2 for 3. whenever he, I think it's deals damage to a player, you may, or actually I believe that's return target artifact card from a graveyard to the battlefield. I'm not sure about that one. It's going in my Sigil deck. The order of these cards is really weird. I don't know if it's the same in the English version. They got the tokens in the middle of the deck and that one sorcery in the middle of the lands. So there's birds with flying and thopters with flying. More thopters? Holy crap, that's a lot of thopters. Okay. Mer Retriever. I'm going to put that in one of my modern decks. Vidalkin, I want to say Engineer, I'm not sure. Creature Vidalkin, I'm guessing Artificer. 1/1 for 2. I don't want to spend time figuring out what it does. This one reduces mana cost of all artifacts by 1. Might go in my Sigil deck. Baleful Strix. Good card. Let's see. This is going in one of my modern decks. Gargoyle des Heiligtums. Artifact creature, Gargoyle. Flying 2/3 for 4. Whenever it comes in play, you may something about an artifact from great. Okay, I think it's whenever it comes in play, you may return an artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. That one produces mana, Skull Clamp, Soul Ring. This is part of that cycle. You basically sacrifice it and it doesn't affect. Fell Warstone. I think that's another Mono Rock. Thopter. I can't remember what it is. I'm guessing Foundry. I needed that one. Another Mono Rock. Lockston Warhammer. Oh, this is a cool new one. It is an instant for 3 mana. It creates a Germ creature token, 0/0 Germ creature token, with, which is weird, they didn't include any Germ tokens in here, unless they're somewhere else. Nope, no Germ tokens. That's weird. Alright, create a 0/0 Germ token, creature token, with basically you steal an equipment from someone and attach it to it, which is pretty cool. But I don't know how useful it would be because you're depending on your opponent having a good equipment you want to steal. I didn't know there were split cards in this. That's weird. My back's starting to hurt. I don't have time to go through all this. This one creates a bunch of birds. That's why there's the bird token. Oh, Magus of Will. This is a good one. I think it basically, once you sacrifice it, lets you play any card from your graveyard for a single turn, which is cool. This one creates copies of creatures. This is the one that creates spike counters, and then whenever the opponent dies, you get stuff based on it. I think it's you, I'm guessing you gain life and draw cards based on it. Here's a board wipe, return everything to its hand, all the permanents. German Sidri, yes. I can use this as my commander now. So 3 mana for 2/2. Legendary creature, human. Again, I believe that's Artificer. Play a blue mana. Target artifact creature. Looks like you don't even have to control the creature, which is interesting. So I guess you can help or hinder allies as you want. That's pretty cool. So target artifact creature. Target artifact becomes a creature until end of turn, and its power and toughness are equal to its converted mana cost. Or you can play a black and a white, and target artifact creature gains lifelink and death touch until end of turn. Here's the dragon that steals our artifacts. And then German Superiority, which is really cool. Those two work well together. And those two would go in my Depala deck, which has like an artifact sub-theme in it. It's mainly vehicles and some old funny dwarves, but it's got some good artifact cards too. Because it has so many vehicles, it's already like half supported for an artifact deck. Slow Bad. I have an English version of him. Shimmer gives other artifacts flash. Is that artifacts or artifact creatures? Just artifacts. Cool. Gives all artifact creatures you control +1/+1. It looks like its power and toughness are equal to the number of artifacts you control. Hana the Navigator. I really wanted her too. The new art on this is amazing. Hold on. Let me find... Here we go. Drawn by the same artist, who is Therese Nielsen. See? So Hannah had... The last time she showed up, I think it was in Apocalypse, so it was really old art. And here's the updated version, which looks like they're on the same ship, basically, which is pretty cool. So I'm definitely playing her in the same deck. Let's see. 3 mana for 1/3. Legendary creature, human artificer. 3 mana and tap. Put an artifact, or I think it's an enchantment, from a graveyard to your hand. Cool. Cheap recursion. Oh yeah, this guy was going in my rune deck. Okay, so this is a 5 mana 5/4 with, I think that's haste. It might be first strike. I still haven't figured that out. And I believe it's as long as you control an artifact, it gets +3/+0. I don't know how good that is. I mean, it's a big creature. This will go in my Jalira deck as a token creator. There's an interesting dragon. Flying and, I guess, haste. It's a 5/5 for 7 mana. Pay... Alright. So, pay 2 mana, and it gains +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is, I believe, the number of artifacts you control. Could be interesting. People will see it coming, though. Although it looks like you can do that multiple times in a turn, which would be amazing. It's only 2 mana for that. Nevin Ural's Disc. I think I wanted this for my Sidri deck. I can't remember. Trading Post. I got a Trading Post in my Jalira deck. I'll probably put this one in my Sidri deck. Blinkmoth Urn. Not amazing. Yeah, sorry I don't have time to go over all these. Pretty good stuff. Alright, thanks for watching.